Now, let me just hold my hands up and say, today's video was supposed to be a foil video, but I've been quite sick for the past couple of days, so I've only got round to actually doing some recording now. So in my forgiveness, I'm bringing you Rumours. I'm bringing you Horus Heresy Rumours. A little bit more about the Krieg. Also, just a little bit of a sprinkle of the Space Wolves, and I want to talk about timelines, about releases that are going to be coming for Warhammer 40,000 next year. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, please remember that rumours are rumours. They are not facts. Everything that I'm about to talk about is considered a rumor. It is not factual. The only way we'll know if it turns out to be real is when Games Workshop themselves confirm it over on their social media sites. So let's start with something which I don't normally talk about on this channel, and that is timelines. The reason I don't really go into like release dates is because Games Workshop change their release dates all the time. Something happens in production and something gets pushed into another thing and something gets pushed into another thing. But on this time, I'm going to go in and delve into the deep end of it. So we kind of already know the scale of when we're going to be getting certain things, the Krieg and the Eldar. That's going to start happening early next year because we've already got the time scale for that. We already got the roadmap that GW posted. Now, I'm hearing that Krieg are going to be coming very, very soon, early next year, around January, February. So I personally think the pre-order is going to be in January and probably released in February, but I wouldn't be 100% surprised if it happens all in January. Straight after that, of course, we're going to be getting the Eldar and the Knights and stuff. I've gone through all the Eldar stuff before. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about to that. I know one question I did get is that is the Eldar Corsairs going to be attached to the actual Eldar range refresh? And I absolutely don't know. I know Eldar Corsairs are a bit different from Eldar. I know they are the same a bit, but they are technically two different factions. I'm going to say yes, they are going to be released with all the other Eldar stuff, the Fire Dragons and Bararoth and all that type of stuff. But that is just my personal opinion on that. We get the Knights after that, and then I'm hearing spring is going to be the release for the Emperor's Children. I am going to do a dedicated Emperor's Children video next week. I know a lot of people keep asking me about that. We're going to go really down the rabbit hole on that one, but I'm hearing that the Emperor's Children are going to be very, very, well, spring is like mid 2025, right? So sooner rather than later, I thought that Emperor's Children would be coming around a summertime launch. That's the way I saw it anyway, but apparently no, because the summertime launch is apparently for the Space Wolves. We've been talking a little bit about the Space Wolves over the past couple of months, and it seems like the Space Wolves are looking to be the big summer release for Games Workshop. That, and potentially the next edition for Horus Heresy. Now, staying on the topic of Warhammer 40,000, Space Wolves and stuff like that, because I've been asked this a lot, and I just want to try and clear the air and just clear everything that I've heard through the Rumourverse. Apparently, when 11th edition comes, and I know it's early to start speaking about 11th edition, well, I say it's early, maybe what? A year and a half to 2 years away at this point, so maybe this is the time to actually start talking about it. Apparently, the Orcs are going to be the main protagonist in that narrative, in that setup, and they're going to be fighting the Imperium, and Space Wolves are apparently going to be one of the main chapters that take on the Orc hordes. We all know Space Wolves have a lot of Marines. They're one of the chapters that don't adhere to the Codex Astartes, well, in their own little way, right? They have their great companies, just like Black Templars have their Crusade fleets, etc., etc. So I can definitely see that happening, and that would make sense because I've heard rumors that 11th edition box set is going to be Orcs versus Marines. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be Space Wolves. I am 110% not saying that, because Games Workshop always do it as like a generic chapter so they can sell it to as many people as possible. What I am saying is that maybe that is going to be the narrative standpoint of the next big thing that happens in Warhammer 40,000. But I really don't want to speak about narratives because we've had this narrative in 10th edition with the Tyranids, and nothing's happened, chaps. It's been kind of dreadful. It's been kind of boring, really. I know I've made my thoughts about that on this video, and I don't really want to bring it into this video. But yeah, the narrative has really, I think, it's gone downhill in this edition. But anyway, moving on with rumours, that leads into the little Space Wolf refresh. And again, I am hearing more and more. One of the big things, and I've talked about this before on streams, is that apparently Logan Grimnar is getting a brand new model, and the sled is gone. There's no more Santa sled. Apparently, Logan Grimnar is going to have a model that is surrounded by actual wolves, not space wolves in power armor, the wolves of Fenris, like, you know, rawr, kind of wolves, that kind of wolves. So he's lost his sled, and maybe the wolves from his sled are just on his base now, and he's going to have like a new cool Terminator pose, and yeah, he's going to look all like Logan Grimnar stuff. I have to say, I was never a fan of the sled. I thought it was kind of cool, but it just, I don't know, it just, there was too many Father Christmas memes around it, and for who Logan Grimnar is, you want this beast just there, just in your face, right? On the ground, his feet on the ground, not flying through the air on a wolf-led sled. So yeah, I hope that rumor turns out true, and we get Logan Grimnar back on his feet, purging the Xenos and the Heretic. And quickly, before we jump on to Warhammer 40,000, I've heard a little bit more about the Krieg stuff. With the Krieg, I'm definitely hearing now there is going to be a commander on a horse, and it's looking like that commander is going to be a captain, not a commissar, which means that if we do get new Death Riders, which apparently is happening, that this captain, in terms of rules, is going to be able to be attached to those Death Riders and give bonuses. So technically, you probably can make a full army of Death Riders when it comes to brand new plastic Krieg. I really cannot wait till we start seeing some teases on this, and those teases potentially could be starting next month in November. I think it's November the 20th. There is an Atlantic narrative event that is happening, and Games Workshop are going to be doing a reveal show there. So maybe, fingers crossed, that is going to be the first big teaser we see of the Krieg, the gas mask, everything like that. Hopefully it's a Death Riders, maybe it's the entire range being previewed of, maybe it's this box set which we keep talking about in November potentially, that could happen for the Krieg. Who the hell knows? But fingers crossed we get something big for the Krieg. I'm moving on to Horus Heresy. It's been a hard time for the Horus Heresy people. I know you got Horus Heresy Thursday back. It's been Legion Imperialis. Some of the cool Dark Mech stuff, it looks fantastic, I personally think. Hopefully that's going to be coming to the bigger scale. Fingers crossed again on that one. But I am hearing more and more stuff now about potential plastic stuff that is going to be done. Let's talk about plastic tanks, because I know you absolutely love plastic tanks for the Horus Heresy. Even Games Workshop said it in their roadmap. More tanks. I'm hearing that the Fellblade and the Glaive potentially are going to plastic. Those are the massive, huge tanks. Probably some of my most favorite tanks that has ever been made. The problem is that they're just for the Horus. Well, technically, you can play them in 40k, but I think they're legends now, if I'm not mistaken. Please, if they're not legends, I won't go out and buy one right now. I'll buy one if they turn out to be plastic. But yes, I think 40k, they're legends, but for the Horus Heresy, it's probably one of the coolest tanks you can actually get. So maybe that is going to be on the horizon for that. I know a lot more people have been asking me about this box set. When's it dropping? What's going to be in it and stuff? I've done videos about this before. Apparently, it's going to be a brand new Mark II box set, a new Mark II Praetor, Mark II troops. I don't know what type of troops. I would have to take a gamble that they're just going to be basic, bolter line troops, because that fills out an army, right? You got to get the brand new Saturnine Terminators in there, a new Saturnine Dreadnought in there, and the rumor that I'm hearing, there's going to be some type of new weapon emplacement. I don't know how big that is, what it is, what it shoots, anything like that. Absolutely no idea what that could be. And the rumors around when that's releasing, again, I'm hearing summertime. I'm hearing spring, summertime-ish. There's a lot of other channels that have been there's a lot of other channels who are more into Horus Heresy than me. Like, I love Horus Heresy, but I'm not into it as much as these other channels are, and respect to them, because they know more about this in the rumorverse than me. I normally concentrate on just 40k and stuff like that. And they've been saying that all the books are printed, or they've gone to the printers, which to me means that it should be on the horizon. So summertime and stuff like that is like, maybe that's not true. If these channels are saying like the rules are all done, they've all got the final draft, and it's gone to the printers, then I can definitely see it like, Q1, Q2 of 2025, right? Like, it should literally be on the horizon, and we should start seeing some teases for it soon. One of the things as well, of course, that adds to all this rumors is that the box set themed apparently is going to be Iron Warriors versus the Salamanders, which of course we know was a big battle on its, well, I say it was a battle. It was a battle for like maybe 0.5 of a second until all the nukes landed and wiped out all the Salamanders. But yeah, maybe that's what they're theming it on, because we've got brand new decals for Salamanders and Iron Warriors that have recently just come out as well. So maybe Games Workshop are slowly but surely building up on that rumor foundation. But I think going forward into 2025 now is going to be an absolute roller coaster of releases. I know it's been a bit of a downer this year in terms of 40k releases, definitely towards, well, I say towards the end of this year, not all the year, towards the back end of this year. It hasn't probably been the best time, you know, where we are right now. There's just nothing really for Warhammer 40,000. People keep saying to me, Valrak, why are you talking about so much Space Marine 2? Played Space Marine 2. Why not talk more about 40k stuff? I've got nothing, right? Games Workshop are giving me nothing to work with. What do I to do? Start making things up? All right, I'll start making things up, okay? Perturabo was the Emperor's favourite son. There you go. There's one thing made up, okay? But yeah, lot more stuff coming next year and stuff like that. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about it. I can't wait to talk about what we're going to see on November as well. I will have those Christmas box set prices hopefully very, very soon. I know a lot of people keep asking me about that, but yeah, I'll do that when as soon as I get them. I'm hearing a few things about it right now, but nothing concrete at this moment in time. And now I'm just waffling towards the end of this video. I'm sorry I'm keeping you all here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post it down below, and we'll have a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. See ya. Have a great day, and bye-bye.